And this is Weaponized.
You've had a couple experiences that when you've told them to me, that they were so interesting. You were recording.
Do you want me to?
I watch you tell them.
Angels, right?
No. Well, no.
Which one was
the two big stories? There's like two big stories. Many. Like, oh, that's odd. You know, chicken and the egg first. Back to that. So where does this all come from? So I grew up, and just outside of my mother's bedroom was a shelf of books, and in those books was folklores and fairy tales, and I think my mum considered herself somewhat of a white witch, and so there's all of these interesting books that are mind expanding. And then at my grandma's there was like books like UFOs over London, and like I can see the cover of this book now, and I'd probably be my son's age, 8 or 9. And then you know, so your mind is open to something else existing. But then also, you know, I was raised Roman Catholic, and there was this miracle man that walked on water, fed a lot of people, you know, with scampi. And so from day one, there's this mind opening that there is this other thing that exists. And I'll tell you the stories. So there's two big stories, and basically, you know, I've never felt closer to the woo than I do in Los Angeles. There's something about being in Los Angeles, even though, you know, we had a house in the UK and it was 1,000 years old. And
Wiltshire.
Yeah. When we went to see it at the bottom of the drive that day, there was a crop circle. There's a crop circle at the bottom of the drive.
And you have a giant figure like in your backyard,
yeah,
right?
the arm had this huge figure. And
This is more of a castle than a home.
well, no, it used to be a castle
Okay.
but what happened was they brought in this window tax. I think like in the 18th century, you know, the internet will tell me if I'm right or wrong, but they brought in this window tax, and how many windows you have is how much you're taxed. So they burnt the castle down. They burnt their own castle down, I guess, because, you know, they couldn't afford the tax on their own windows. But what they did leave up was the barn. And the barn's huge. The barn was like 20,000 square foot. So we owned the barn. And it was where Catherine Parr, Henry VIII's wife, used to live and keep horses. So even though I lived on land that is, you know, over 1,000 years old, with its own forest that's over 1,000 years old, and blah 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 blah, and all my guests, you know, complained or worried or noticed that there was a ghost there. I never noticed any of it. I've never felt more closer to the woo than I do in Los Angeles. And two major things happened while I was here. I was with a young lady that will remain nameless, because my wife, and it was over 17 years ago, because I've been with my wife for 17 years, and we're both on a sun lounger looking up at the stars, and it's 10:30, and she's next to me, I'm here relaxing, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere came this square object, which I can only guess was about the size of 2 penalty boxes in soccer. You know, the penalty box where the goalkeeper is? I would say if you elongated 2 of those, black, silent, low enough to throw a golf ball or a tennis ball and hit the underside of it, came floating over the trees. Underneath it had these yellow, I would say like safety
lights?
Yeah. Not lights, no, strips.
Oh.
Yellow strips like this. And then it was metallic, it was matte black with these bumps in it. And it came over silently and then carried on going silently away. And I can't explain what that was. And she turned around and went what the fuck was that?
Yeah, so she saw. I mean, that's a fucking UFO. You
That's
saw-
it. That's an unidentified flying object.
Yeah.
But like, what I didn't do was instantly go, it's from Zeta Reticuli or whatever. I just thought, well, there's a bit of exotic technology that they're not telling us we've got.
Right.
But what was interesting was the fact that that's incredibly interesting by itself. The other interesting thing was this was at the Beverly Hills Hotel at 10:30, which is a very, it's on Sunset Strip. So if I saw it, so did countless other people. But as it happens, they didn't.
You and the person you were with both saw it.
Oh, yeah.
But what you'd imagine, just everybody would have seen that.
Yeah,
Right over
and
LA.
and if it's, if it's that low and that big, going over the hotel, it's then got to go up Benedict Canyon, which has got 1,000 houses, and then it's got to go over Benedict Canyon into the San Fernando Valley. So, and the San Fernando Valley has got millions and millions of people in it.
So where are the reports? Why?
Not only where are the reports, where are the other people that saw it that night, and where is the talk, and where is the chatter, and there isn't. So that was one story. The other story was I wrote a song called Arizona about alien abduction, right? And it's on YouTube. It's a B-side. It's not a great song. It's an all right song. And we wrote it at the James Gilliland's ranch and brought it home. And my studio at the time was in my bedroom. And I had a balcony at the Mulholland Estates place that overlooked the San Fernando Valley. And I'm playing the song on the speakers and I'm listening to it and I'm trying to whittle away at the lyrics to make them better. I didn't manage it. But I was having a cigarette and I was overlooking the San Fernando Valley and I'm thinking about how to create better lyrics. And a ball appears in the sky, a gold ball, and I'm like, nice one, Venus.
Yeah,
or whatever
don't,
it was.
you're
Nice
not
one,
going to
Jupiter.
trick me again, Venus.
You're not going to trick me again, Venus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, that's one thing that you do learn from the internet and being shamed and also being proven wrong.
Yeah.
You're instantly shown, I know this was that, and this was that, and that can't be that because that's this. But this one was like interesting, but no. And then the song finishes and the ball disappears. And I'm like, still no. And then I played it again because I'm working on the lyric. And as I play it again, the song comes on and the ball appears in the sky. And I'm like, you may have my attention. And song finishes, ball flashes out. And I go to my friends, guys, come and have a look at this, right? I think when you press play, this ball's going to appear over there. Look over there. And they pressed play and looked out the window and a ball appeared. And they were like, what the F is that? Came out again. And I said, and now when the song finishes, it blinks out. And the song finished and it blinked out. And it did it again 5 times in a row. My wife appears. I go, babe, look at this. It happens again, blinks out. And it's 6 or 7 times in a row. And after the 7th time, not only has it now got my attention, but I'm fully invested in this being a woo-woo, And the song blinks out. Now, all of my friends are super excited. We go back into the bedroom. Calvin, Danny, who from Stoke-on-Trent that I write with, are there. I'm here, the wife's there. We go, wow, like that. And we look to the right. Well, we don't look to the right. It just appears. This black strip about this thick comes from the bedroom door, stretches out the length of the bedroom, which was quite big, goes to the window, and then follows itself out. And we all saw that. What was that? What was that? What was that?
Something's up.
Man, something's up.